Now, plenty of snow on the ground, of course, lots of clouds, wind today. It's going to be a cold one as well. Thankfully, though, really not going to see much in the way of any snow. It looks like it all pretty much will stay offshore with this powerful coastal storm, which is moving up the east coast. It brought North Carolina a huge snowstorm for them. It's not going to bring us much in the way of anything. We'll just get some wind, some waves as well as we head into today and into tomorrow. So cloudy out there to start. It's going to remain that way through the day. With the winds, it feels very cold. 12 below for the wind chill in Portland, in Rockland, and Bar Harbor. 23 below in Greenville, 16 below in Caribou, and 15 below for the wind chill up in Holton. Here's a look at our highs for today. Even though we do get warmer than yesterday into the low to mid 20s, we really don't feel that warm because of the wind and the clouds, so it will only feel like around 10 degrees at the warmest for the afternoon. Gusty winds continuing through the day, especially along the coastline, up to 30 to 35 miles per hour. Even a 40-mile-per-hour gust could get thrown in the mix at times during the afternoon. Looks like winds peak this evening and then will gradually wind down as we head through tonight and into our Monday. Of course, Groundhog Day tomorrow. Looks like the winds will be gradually relaxing throughout the day. So today, kind of an uncomfortable one with all the clouds. Tomorrow should feel a lot better. Now, another impact from this nor'easter passing by offshore is the tides. We will see a very high tide on Monday. It's the full moon, which is giving us an astronomically high tide, plus the additional push of the water from the storm. So we are expecting minor flooding along the coast. 12.2 feet is the forecast in Portland. Minor flooding begins at 12 feet, so we should get a little bit of minor coastal flooding. Looks like high tide tomorrow between 10:30 and 11, depending where you are in the state. So just keep that in mind if you're going to be along the coast on Monday morning. Now, for Monday, of course, we are still a little breezy. The storm will be passing by offshore. We should clear out towards the afternoon. By Tuesday, milder, sunny skies expected on Tuesday. Nice day, highs around the freezing mark. Wednesday, also fairly mild, but there is the slight chance of some snow on Wednesday. Better chance for snow, it looks like late in the week, Friday into Saturday. So let's talk about what we're expecting through the week. Sunny skies, mild conditions Tuesday and Wednesday. Looks overall pretty nice, although I will say Wednesday afternoon, this weak clipper system will swing through the region. Could bring some scattered light snow, nothing significant with that on Wednesday. And then as we head into the end of the week, another system moves in as we get towards Friday night and Saturday. That will bring us a more widespread chance of snow. It looks like this could maybe be a few inches. Doesn't look too significant at this point, but we'll keep our eyes on it as we head towards the end of the week. It looks like that's our next shot at seeing maybe some snow across the state. So temperatures climb, breaking out of the deep freeze Monday through Wednesday. Sort of sliding back into it, though, as we head towards next weekend. In fact, most indications are that this time next weekend, next Sunday, yeah, we could be talking about highs in the single digits again. A true major Arctic blast is looking possible again early next week. Yay. Had plenty of that this winter. It looks like it looks to continue. Here's our marine forecast. 5 to 7 foot seas, gusty winds today, keeping things very choppy out in the Gulf of Maine. Not the day to be out on the water. Here's your 7-day Groundhog Day tomorrow. Despite what the groundhog may say, winter is continuing in Maine, that's for sure. Look at the highs in the teens returning by next weekend. Snow potentially Friday into Saturday away from the coastline along the coast, around 20 or so on Saturday. Looks like we could get colder than that by early next week. So 31 and sunny Tuesday. That's just going to feel great, Leanne.
All right, and we also have got Sturgeon Steve in Maine to tell us.
Sturgeon Steve, that's right. He's going to tell us tomorrow if we get early spring or 6 more weeks of winter. Although in Maine, is it ever an early spring? There's always 6 more weeks of winter.
I haven't lived here long enough to have an opinion yet. All right, let's get to